I see you up there.
Hello. Yeah, this is going to be a fun one, isn't it? I mean, we've got 3D Max versus G2. I think this is destined to go to 3. I think it could be a real scrappy affair as we get into it, but I don't know who I've got winning this one. I think I'm going to go with G2, Jason. How are you feeling about this series?
I'm feeling more close to 3D Max. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like this is going to be the completion of kind of this run from G2 of where it feels like there's been a lot of management decisions having impact, and we've just seen G2 just progressively on a downward trend, and I think this is going to be rock bottom.
Yeah, rock bottom, off the ground. Well, we'll see if they get going. G2, CT side, smoke ready here for Malbs. And we're going to see 3D Max start to creep up banana. All 5 players getting ready to go around the half wall. Malbs ready to drop the smoke, flashes into the sky. He's blinded by it. Malbs getting back in position, bodyy going to retreat into the pool. And we've got 3D Max overwhelming the B-bomb site defenses.
All right, 5-on-5 retake. There's no kits, there's no utility left, but Snack starts things out with a headshot through the smoke.
Back up. Oh, double kill coming in. Bodyy able to step up alongside of him. We just got Snacks 1v3 locked out of this. So 3D Max get into the B-bomb site, land all the bruising headshots, and Snacks has way too much to do here.
Yeah, such a powerful play in the post plan as well. Like 2-3 players pushing all the way around coffins and just getting aggressive. CTs can't even begin the retake. Nicely done. 3D Max pissed around, and the game is underway, 1-0.
The no strip still continuing for 3D Max. They're feeling the effects.
Yeah, I think that they're like the last holdouts, aren't they? I think we've seen teams
Chopper
like
even ripped it off.
Chopper's taking it off. He's like, it was fun while it lasted. We'll always have the major. But
didn't really do anything, but you know what? It was fun.
It's not really working these days, so we'll try something new.
Well, let's see if it gets 3D Max that extra percentage they need to take down G2 today.
I mean, look, I think 3D Max, we're going to see across this series, is going to play the better Counter-Strike, is going to have cooler ideas. Oh, okay. Heavy God, 1 kill, dinked up, forced back. I think what G2 has to lean on is what we just saw a little bit of there, is Heavy God and Malbs. I feel like those guys have to have really big series each and every map if G2 want to cause an upset.
Well, that's what we got to see out in Astana recently, right? Is G2 playing without Hunter. We pretty much see them only rely upon Malbs and Heavy God having performances to get them over the line, and that is what you expect now with this team.
Yeah, but Hunter's put some good performances in, and we've seen him have a few more of those like big-time maps since Nico's departed, but it's still not consistent. I feel like it's still not something you can rely on. Most of what they missed from Hunter at Astana was the leadership, was how vocal he's become in this team since the departure of Nico and Monacy. All those little X factors that he's stepped up to take responsibility of, that's what they missed.
Malbs taking down bodyy. Make sure the 8K cuts right through and Snacks! Okay! 5-7 into the 3K, bomb at his feet, and Exorcist is on the other side of the map.
Yeah, 1 by 1 through the smoke. You kind of deserve that one. You can't really argue with it. Snacks just hits the shots he absolutely has to, but he's got the advantage in every one of those fights. And Heavy God gets his 2nd tally on the board.
Snacks is happy with that. Heavy God opens it up with a deagle, closes it with a deag as well. And in between, Snacks with a lovely triple. Here's the opener. Bang!
1 by 1 by 1.
Sure, they came through 1 by 1 by 1, but Snacks still made it look clean with a headshot.
They did. They were quick kills, right? He didn't struggle with them. Didn't struggle with any of them, so he's able to string them together. That's nicely done from Snacks.
3D Max now down to pistols, Tech-9's P250s, and a lot of grenade damage done into Banana. We've got Malbs waiting just on the side of the wall. Malbs going to start spamming down and through the smoke. It'll land into the head of Maka. Snacks to follow up. At least one here for the Frenchman of Exorcist.
Nicely
Lucky
done.
grabbing one as well.
Yeah, nicely done from Malbs, though. 3 kills, 2 of them with the USP as he runs out of bullets. Had Snacks for some safety, but puts Lucky in a near impossible scenario in Hades. We'll finish that off with the Galil. 2-1, so 2 in a row.
He did 1 in 1 in 1 in 1, Jason. That's quite enthralling.
He's got it. He did nail what happened. Very succinct.
That's what you want.
That's what you like.
Game leader. Well, we have got Glocks now for a 3D Max. And a little P250 actually just to ruin that full Glock trade. Bomb plant the main goal here for 3D Max. Unlikely to even get close to that. And Hades has had a couple of events now. This is his second event in the G2 jersey to try and show what he's made of, show that he's still got it, shop himself out to a couple of different teams, because he's not, with the rumors that have been believed, he's not part of the rebuild of the G2 squad down the line.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see how that all plays out. It's kind of like the FaZe situation where it's like I don't want to give any opinions or make any judgments. Well, we just have a kind of rumors to work with. You know, so much stuff can change with the major coming up when you're going to have different players available. Might be able to pick someone up that you never thought would be free. So yeah, that might be the idea at the moment, but until the paperwork is signed and cash is exchanged, it doesn't really matter.
It's all words at the end of the day.
I thought it was curious in the little pregame interview with bodyy that Freya did, hearing bodyy talk about and say, like, we're still kind of trying to figure out like what our roles are within the team. I feel like they've been together for quite some time. Might have been just not effectively explaining the concept he was going for. I'd be curious to get a few more thoughts on it, but regardless, 3D Max has done a great job of putting in work and rising up over the last year and a half of professional Counter-Strike, trying to take that next step forward.
All right, finally a buy for 3D Max coming into Inferno. It's not a pretty one, though. It's 2 Galils and 3 AKs. But at least they've got all the utility they could want. Hades with the AWP will be unchallenged in that department. Maka just going through the motions, and Banana, that flash going to keep Snacks back at CT as Maka rounds the corner at the half wall. He's now got top Banana control, which he will now confirm in just a moment.
It's not going to be this easy, round in and round out, right? He gets it for free. There's no one challenging here. It comes in a little bit late, waiting until they take the half wall, then the retake utility. So holding on to some of their nades a little bit deeper, a little bit longer into the round. And once 3D Max gets control, they rip it away. Hades the counter Molotov to delay the timing, burn some of the seconds off that smoke. Really a decision for 3D Max is, do you want to take this bracket control and fall back to the B bomb site? And that is what's going to happen. The other decision is sticking around and actually utilizing it, a fake towards the B bomb site, but Exercise is going to turn into a lurk. But if he goes too quick, he'll walk into the scope of Hades. Hades should start moving as soon as contact is made. But there's that late smoke.
Yeah, drops right in front of bodyy. Here's Hades. Back turn, Exorcist walks right into him. It's an easy kill for the Polish offer. Mobs off first oranges. Oh, good flashes. Oh, it's real awkward here for bodyy. Turns back, looking into his teammate's face. And Mobs is giving a free kill off the top. So he's going to drop down. He's got the cover of Hades. A well-played round from G2 as they keep it clean. They only lose Snacks.
Yeah, really well done from Mobs. 2 flashbangs coming in from Hades. It looked a little bit sketchy because he was staring right at him as well. So awkward, and I think he was panicked thinking that he was going to get peeked while turning. Works out just fine. Very good round, and I think the key to it is because of the way they played Banana, because they gave it up at the start and did the mid-round retake nades, they got that extra smoke they deploy at 30 seconds. Exercise wants to lurk. He wants to use the contact to pull Hades over and use that free space to wrap around the defense. But because that extra smoke comes out, it actually makes Exercise have to play before the attack. He has to be the one to initiate, which makes him a free kill. So really good utility usage, really good game plan at the B bomb site for G2 in this round to get themselves a 4th.
It's got to feel good if you're Snacks right now. 9-3 as well. The front-gain in-game leader enters the conversation, Jason. That's how we're liking this right now from Snacks.
True. Got that hot start.
Up Banana they go. Bodyy at the front. Hurls himself through that smoke. In behind the car, it's going to be Mobs. Bad shot, bodyy to go down. Snacks continues to mow down kills with the MP9. Mobs will slow them down with a Molotov, and Hades chimes in. So Gravity and Lucky left splintered.
They can get a plant still. Malbs only has 1 HP. He can die very, very quickly. Hunter's wrapping around to help provide some kind of safety, but just staying alive for that long is not bad from Malbs.
Here comes Hunter to try and clean up the rest. Not clean on the second, but certainly effective in taking both kills.
Yeah, nicely done. Good round put together from G2. Yet again, good resistance. This time showing a different look for the defense. 3D Max may be thinking, okay, if they're playing banana passive, we'll come there with some numbers with this light buy. Unfortunately, G2's actually there at the point of attack. Hunter arriving just at the perfect moment. 3D Max still struggling. Yet to get started on this T side. A nice pistol round victory, but it's been 5 in a row since then for G2.
G2 will have Dust 2 as their comfort to rely upon for the second map of the series as well. So this is a great start from G2. Looking to try and continue the foundations that are being laid. Banana control comfortably in favor of G2 at the moment. For all that utility, 3D Max want nothing to do with it.
A little bit of utility towards Banana just to keep the defense honest. Snacks and Malbs both there. Neither of them have budged forward just yet. Now Brackets control, but Hades finds one. That's over in Halls. Utility reigns in, and the 4 remaining members of 3D Max are stuck and seemingly confused.
Here's Hunter. Oh, it gets cleared. Body able to break him. Hades in the pit. Look at it. Strike with the AWP, but the grenade lands right at the top of his head. It's Heavy God inside of the smoke. They run right by him. That's the bomb. And Heavy God eventually taken out only after 1. So not enough done from G2 to feel Mega comfortable here, but they've still got a retake opportunity.
That felt like such a really strong round from G2. I'm amazed that they're in this position. The flank from Snacks, the last thing they have left, and that's no longer there. Good shot from Maka, good awareness, watch in the back. And Malbs is going to have to give up the round and bail out in a 1v3. Second round from 3D Max.
Hey, you're right. It felt like that should have been better for G2.
I don't think they really knew what was happening in Brackets. Hunter making the information play in a 5-on-4, pushing up lane to get that peek in towards Brackets and just kind of gets dropped. And then you have Hades in the pit, misses his shot. Then the utility barrage coming in. Just went bad to worse. But I think really, in my head, I'm like, I don't know if that information play at this point was really all that necessary. 5-on-4, you've picked off a player in Halls. Hades hasn't seen anything else. You could still set up the defensive crossfires and make it a very difficult site to take.
See Wassing getting the team fired up, the coach behind 3D Max. We're going to try and bring some energy, inject some energy into them. Possibly a flat start from them, and a round like that might just get you going.
I think it's easy if you're, as a team, if you win the pistol and lose the second round, to spend the next 3 rounds in a little bit of a disappointed daze, right? Energy just 10% lower. Boost up at the half wall is going to be good for an opening kill. Okay, G2's got some attitude today.
Yeah, they've got some confidence, some cool play. Snacks starting to frag as well, 11 and 5. Really, really good stuff from Snacks. Over towards B so far in this game.
Yeah, looking rejuvenated with Hunter joining back up into the lineup after an event off. Proactive play, creative ideas, and good moves for opening kills have marked G2's first 7 rounds.
Well, they're going to go beyond the fire, and it's Snacks on the cleanup. All right, Snacks, 4 kills already in the round. And Exorcist held back behind the fire. Snacks is the star of the B bomb site. No one's seen it coming, but we're all here for it. Snacks will go and get the ace, and he will. All 5 for the in-game leader of G2.
Love to see it. Love to see it out of Snacks. What a great round from him. And I think on top of the fragging that he's bringing out, I think you got to give a little bit of credit over to Snacks and Taz, assuming the in-game leader and coach, and Hunter as well, as we know he's involved in coming up with game plans, because I feel like they have a really good read in terms of their prep. We know from watching 3D Max on this map, they like to go to the B-bomb site quite a bit. And if they have success there, they're going to keep going back to it until you shut it down. It feels to me like the game plan for G2 is a lot of times to kind of lean towards this B-bomb site with the third player. We've seen a couple of different looks, really disruptive, not letting 3D Max get comfortable with the way they want to take Banana at all, showing different plays. He is just comedy. Comedy personified.
He's just loving life right now as well. Doesn't really get to sit at the top of the scoreboard all that often in this team. He's going to revel in the moment. And look what he's done to 3D Max's money. Put them down to 2 Galils. 3 pistols.
Well, thankfully, they have the full losing bonus built up already, so next round will be a spectacular buy. Not yet able to string rounds together. 3D Max, 2 wins in isolation. They've had some success on A finishes. The initial attack into the A bomb site has sometimes been a little bit hairy, but they've been able to close things out. But that was with rifles. And Hunter's just going to drop this Molotov as soon as he sees what's coming. Hades and CT spawn is going to be disconnected from this attack, so it's all on Heavy God and Hunter.
Heavy God turns to the flash, gets back to it, mows down 2 before getting traded. Hades is struck as well. Hunter waits in the bomb site. He actually managed to get 1 extra right at the end. That Lucky diving into the site, getting a plant at least. But as soon as he comes off the plant, they're ready to shut him down. And yeah, Heavy God bringing the intensity.
Yeah, that meant a lot to him. Great double kill on the exec. 7-2. G2 looking really strong to start Inferno.
And if you're wondering the context of this game as well, loser eliminated, winner goes on into the lower final where they'll play against the winner of Gamer Legion or Furia.
The eyebrow raises make me feel like he's feeling a little bit stunned right now, or going through his head is kind of like, what's happening?
Well,
like,
nothing's getting going right now at all.
This isn't the way it's supposed to happen. We're supposed to be winning some of these. We're in pretty good positions at some of these points. 5 rounds back, AK-47s come back in the hands of 3D Max.
Start again here for G2. Going to play the rest of the round 5v4 up. Body getting caught. Snacks just swinging, confident and winning every fight he's taking.
I was going to say, you don't see that every day. Snacks feeling really good about this map so far. Oh, he's gone for another.
Oh my god, he's just wrecking him. He's unplayable right now, but they've offered it up.
Okay, maybe trying to do too much.
Yeah, a little bit too much. Gravity's going to pull a couple back here.
Looks silly, but Mobs has turned into the wall for the flashbang coming from Hunter. Just the timing of Gravity's play makes him look a little silly. Smoke up for the spawn arches. Hunter still has a Molotov, but doesn't want to give away his position at New Box. So the AWP will walk around and keep track of anyone trying to cross. Hunter will peek on contact.
Oh, Gravity. Another great shot from him, and Hades having to pull this back. So Exercise left 1v2. Bomb planted in front of the coffins. Hades looking to close him down. Opens up the coffins and throws Exorcise in. It's the defuse and the recovery to the round. Could have been a lot cleaner for G2, but Gravity makes it messy.
I mean, fair play. Gravity also, I mean, he hits a banger on Hunter. Hunter's just jiggle peeking for information. He wants nothing to do with that fight at that point. He's trying to lure them into the crosshair of his teammate of Hades with the AWP. So, I mean, just a brilliant shot from Gravity. A little bit of luck that that play is being set up. 8-2. It's a 6-round lead.
This is now getting into disastrous territory for 3D Max. Still a chance to recover the half at 8-4. Need the final 2 rounds here. I feel like Mark has played this entire half of just having to be on a Khalil all the time. That's a great opening. Body just straight through the smoke. Mobs to be taken out.
Decent amount of unconfirmed damage over to 3D Max though, so it can still get, it could still be some multi-kills easily lined up, especially with the way Snacks has been playing thus far. Hades pressure with the smoke on Rap side. Exercise and Gravity trying to get this side of the attack moving so they can have a B split. 1 for 1.
Well, Snacks is still here. The God Emperor of the B-bomb site. Well, deserved. But Lucky, Hunter's turn, and okay, a double off the boost. Mac and Lucky both down. Hunter goes for 3, but Body's gonna win it. And now Heavy God to the clutch. The 1v2 as he tries to get up through Banana, but Gravity already had the up on him. and a third round win here for 3D Max.
I know, I kind of hate the way that round actually ended up in closeout, though. I would have liked to have seen that 2v2 actually played. Like, Hunter, back off, let your teammate get a little bit closer, get a new point of attack. Found a fight, though, and didn't want to give it up. That's one way to get an opening, through the smoke. Tracking the tracers. Hunter does everything he can, but he's got time. Smoke is still up. He can back away, fall back, play passively. Gravity, if Hunter doesn't go down, Gravity has to commit to the B bomb site to keep his teammates safe for the plant, which opens up the avenue for Heavy God. I think that one just kind of got away from Hunter and ends up being misplayed.
Max once again funneled away from Banana. Going to focus their priorities in taking over bracket control. Hades spots out his opponent, unable to connect a shot, and is going to retreat back into the archway.
Looked like it hit, I'll be honest.
Pretty close. Grenade to disperse the... Ooh, the archway smokes, but it's Hunter with 3 inside of the site, making a 4th from Hunter. Just lucky left. And that is one hell of a half from G2. Snacks and Hunter with some big rounds, and they hold them at 3 rounds max.
You're listening to 97.9 IEM coming at you live from Dallas. It's Only Bangers Wednesday as we have a hot tune bringing us into the second half of 3D Max G2. How many of you at home had Snacks with 18 kills in the first half on your bingo card today? That's what I want to know.
Not many, not many. Bingo is not a popular game among our listeners, Jason. But you know what is? Snacks, he's back. We've got a new superstar in the studio today, apparently. Let's see how long it lasts. Maybe it's a one-hit wonder. A one-half wonder, maybe.
We'll find out. Could be over quick. Oh, the uppercut up mid, but it's a stack.
And Snacks at the front of the attack, and it's going to be Mobs on the double kill. Maka running out of bullets, so going for the reloading, getting back into the arches as they cross over, and Mobs hunts him down.
What?
The Guatemalan guillotine rolled out again, and the French, all too familiar, as Lucky is going to fall just outside of the library.
Ace.
And that is all 5 from Mobs.
All right, Snacks got an ace in the last half. Mobs got one in this half. G2 individually is rolling.
Wrap it up.
Nothing 3D Max can do.
Throw in the towel. This is one hell of a game so far from G2. A one-way street.
You turn that corner, you see 3. You know you're in for a fight. And Mobs happy to descend into the madness. Getting all 5 kills.
Bang.
Snacks didn't even look at him.
No, he's like, I've already done that ace.
I know, he's like,
already
I've been there, bro.
Not even the first ace today from our team. Maka in the bedroom. Got 3 dudes coming along too. They're going to be going down the hallway and looking to enter into the A bomb site. Maka's not going to spot them. And G2 have populated the A bomb site, which is the opposite side of the map as to what 3D Max have stacked. A nice shot from Maka. A little upgrade. He'll grab that. It's a Galil now in his hands.
Hades is sad. But that's not going to create anything with just these USPs. Third round buy coming in for 3D Max. So I think really all you can do, set up for some exit kills. See if you can pounce and maybe grab an extra rifle on the way out. Maybe any SMG that's going to be valuable. Maka falls. That's the Galil recovered by Mobs. And Mac-10 chewing up the unarmored USPs. 11-3 in the favor of G2. It's looking like the complete opposite of the rock bottom that I thought we were going to get today.
New heights, Jason.
Yeah, we're back.
Well, still giving out the high fives, keeping the morale high. But this really is it. This is their only shot.
Yeah, This if you can't do this, it's toast. Honestly.
Otherwise, everybody will be calling you 3 rounds max for the rest of the day.
I was trying to find like a creative and fun way of explaining that concept of just being like, they're screwed if they lose this round.
No, but that's probably
it really
the best
is all
way of
there
putting
is.
it.
Yeah, it's all you got, really. No kits. Some utility stockpiled for the B player, but you're missing some crucial pieces spread across the team. G2 going to continue marching forward in aggressive timing.
Ooh, Mobs cut down. Heavy got the respawn. Hunter and the follow-up. His exercise from Boiler manages to keep his team in this fight. Keeps them in the fray. And it's only a little bit of a delay as they run right into Hades. The Mac-10 shreds them, and G2 up to map point.
Oh, man, he's almost surprised to hear the dink come out in the smoke. He's got to do a double take to come back into it, and nothing going right for 3D Max. They are stunned now. It looked like it earlier, but for sure, they're wondering what the hell happened on Inferno.
No! That's bullshit! Okay, guys.
12-3. A third and final timeout used by 3D Max. Not much to talk things over. You're going to go through the motion. If you're the coach, you're pulling together all that fake hype and fake positivity you possibly can.
I've seen it. You guys are so capable of pulling off this massive comeback into overtime by the power of belief. But right now, it looks like Dust 2 is just around the corner, and we might just be sprinting there. Snacks looking to break the 20-kill barrier with 16 rounds just starting now. Look at the buy as well for 3D Max here. You've got
It's not pretty.
5-7, 2 MP, 3 MP9s. It's going to be Heavy God to come out on top. Snacks in a banana. Not going to get his 20th kill, at least yet, as Maka and Lucky, the final 2 members of 3D Max. And it really is a very dominant showing here from G2.
Hey, Snacks doesn't have his 20 yet, so nobody win the round until Snacks gets to 20.
Someone has to let him have it. Is it going to be you, Lucky? Snacks has gone all the way back to the bottom of the T-stairs.
Oh, he's fourth in line. It's not going to be. It's not going to be easy.
Don't worry. Mac is going to get like 3 kills. Snax is going to have to trade it.
Okay, I like that. Hunter waiting patiently.
All right. So this is the first for Mac. Nope. Hunter.
Yes, it is.
Yep, it is. So AK-47 picked up. Mac now alone though because Lucky's gone.
Go for it, Snax. Sprint. Get after it.
I don't feel like he cares about this as nearly as much as we do. And it's going to be a G2 13-3 victory over 3D Max. And it's an elimination game right now for 3D Max, and they have been stunned. They've been blanked. Yeah. There is no energy on the server, no chance. As G2 dominate them on Inferno, 3D Max's map pick is gone. To bounce back and stay alive in Dallas, they have to completely wake up and get back into the series on Dust 2.
This 3D Max team who's trying desperately not to get eliminated. That is the goal of all the teams attending IEM Dallas, not to get eliminated early. And Pistol Round is live. We've got Smoke Flash on Snax, Smoke Flash Nade on Maka.
Just around that corner is Exercise, and he's waiting for Heavy God to come towards him. He's got Mobs at the front. The last time Mobs played a Pistol Round, it was an ace for him. He's gone out. Oh, he's gone. Straight away, first death. Heavy got to trade it with a P250.
It's all good.
He needs to be careful.
As long as Snax doesn't die, he's got the utility for the fake. This looks like they want to fake the long push and have the bomb walk into the B site. So good on Snax for staying passive, staying back, not going down early. Here's the smoke for the cross. I think they'll probably need one more kill. Oh, not going to get it, so the fake is not going to be sold.
Lucky, oh no, 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 not pretty whatsoever. All those shots go into the void, and we've got the bomb going into the B bomb site now for G2.
Should be a fast retake. They know Snax is far away.
Well, Hunter's going to play at the window. Window of opportunity opens up. He comes right back into the site. It's just one for Hunter before being traded by Gravity, so it's Hades to step up in his stead. And Gravity now with a clutch. And he's not allowed to get one step closer as Hades nails it from behind the box, and we have got the pistol for G2.
Taking a couple of days, it feels like, for Hades to get back in the swing of things, too. He's stepping into the stand-in situation with the departure of Monacy, and Opera was needed on this G2 team. So he's been brought in and showed some cool things in various teams in the past. I feel like this event, he's been slow to get started. Awkward situation coming into a team that's in disarray. It'd be awesome to see him have a big performance for G2 here on Dust 2, here in this second map. And a B rush.
Yeah, quick attack into the B site. Here comes Mac into the window. Not going to be in a position to stop it. And at this point, save, because you've got nothing going into the next round. It's really difficult to see a world in which you even get close to making this competitive. Might as well hang on to what you've got.
Yeah, you ain't doing anything here. Probably not even easy to line up for any exit kills.
All right, so usually when you get blanked on a map, you get destroyed. We always say, you know, it'd be great for you to come into this next map and get a good start, get a pistol under your belt, the conversion, and try and shake off that rust from the first map of play. But 3D Max don't get that opportunity here. They're going to have to start winning on gun rounds. And they really did not look solid in those over on Inferno.
Nothing to get their minds past Inferno really quickly on this map so far. So yeah, going to be a bit of a hole, although it's nice that they could actually contend for round number 3. It can be dangerous with 2 MP9s and the 5.7s. More than anything, I think it's not really just the loss. It's not even really just the beatdown that G2 gave him on Inferno. It's the fact that that's their map pick. It's a map they've enjoyed playing against pretty much every team. And I think G2 was so good individually, and I think the game plan probably made 3D Max feel like they were a step behind. So it might be an uncomfortable feeling across the team as this series continues. They'll have to shake that loose with a few successful rounds. Hunter chucks the utility, backs off. There is lower dark aggression, Exercise and Gravity.
Well, they're clearing the tunnels right now, and 3D Max realize there's no one here, no one home from G2.
Yeah, G2, I mean, I don't think they should be so concerned that they need to, like, emergency speed up. But they're taking their time with this, which they have to realize with all 5 players here is conceding the entirety of the rest of the map. So, I mean, if you're a G2 player, like, you're feeling comfortable, you're feeling confident, But you also know you're in for a fight when you eventually get to the bomb site itself, because most of 3D Max's players are likely to be here.
Oh my God. Okay, Snacks.
Damn.
Yeah, nice shot.
He's having himself a day.
He is having a great day. No one's going to spoil his party. Hunter, okay, that's pretty easy. Holds down mouse 1 and gets himself a double kill and exercise at body. And 3-0 start here for G2 on Dust 2.
Not a great sign if you want to see the individuals of 3D Max come alive. Just considering, I mean, 4 players had armor, 4 players have investment, no kills, not even really any good looks, not even really any good fights. Here's that sick shot from Snacks. That's crazy. Oh. Yeah, wipe that hand off.
Yeah, filthy.
We feeling clean today.
Well, we went 2 different directions.
We did go 2 different directions. Isn't that the same thing, though? It's fine. It's fine.
So filthy, it was clean. And we've got Body getting a grenade kill to open things up. And Maul's going to trade it back. And look at the speed of G2.
Think of the deaths Maka's taken so far in this game.
Okay, Exercise at least plugging the gap here, slowing G2 down, forcing them to respect him a little bit more in this round. Snacks, though, doesn't really care all that much. The Scout going to chime in for another. Body to fall. And the round will settle into a G2 favor because look how low gravity is as well in the jump up boxes.
Yeah, he can't do anything. He's just tracking. There's the jump up. Had a chance at it, but it was always desperate. And Lucky's got a fallback. No chance to go for this. Maybe, actually, he has gotten M4. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. So 4-0 for G2. This is, I mean, the only difference from the first map is that 3D Max won the opening pistol on Inferno, and then G2 just kind of spanked him and went on a run. Now we're just going on a run right out of the gate.
Yeah, very worrying times right now for 3D Max.
Maka's taken a couple brutal deaths. We saw the Snack scout shot at the A bomb site. Now Malbs turns the corner with a Galil and takes him down with the AWP and no head armor in the first 2 bullets he fires.
Terrorists win.
Rough start to get into the game. 4-0.
Let's go. Nice, Alas. Good move. Good boys. Nice.
Feels like a vastly different G2 with Hunter now back in the team.
Leadership figure in the squad. Yeah, and Snacks also fragging is a different story. Let's enjoy it while it lasts. We've got Hades taking damage early on, half of his health gone, and Maka moving up into mid.
Yeah, he sees the bloodstains and he's like, I want to go for a little bit more. Calling out that he tagged the AWPer. Running his escape route back to Catwalk. So a nice early start with that chip damage onto Hades, but still massive advantages for G2.
Here goes Lucky, stepping into the tunnel, set up by Flashbang and cut down by Malbs. G2 with the opening kill, and no real resistance.
Both these teams will be in attendance at the Austin Major coming up in a couple weeks, so trying to fix some of the last issues they have. G2 is going to be starting at Stage 3 with that number 6 seed over in Europe. 3D Max going to be starting in Stage 2 as the number 9 seed from Europe.
Well, it's a good thing G2 are there. Getting into Stage 3 would have been a tough fight getting through some of the lower stages, maybe Stage 2 in particular.
Yeah, with the way that it's looked recently, yeah, as far deep as you can start, G2's going to be thanking their stars they got that going for them.
Well, it's going to be Heavy God coming out on top of the pick. Exercise going to go down. But Body at least getting a kill here for 3D Max. Might get another one too, combining with gravity inside the middle. Hunter's overwhelmed.
You might as well go for this because you're buying in the next round. You've got plenty of time. Maybe that smoke dissuades him, but for the moment, Body is still looking like he wants to come for this. Going to move his way out towards long, set up for the exit. So 3D Max calling it off. There was a chance, I think, before that smoke popped on Catwalk. But happy to take the salvaged weapons into the next round. It's going to be 5-0 in the favor of G2.
Well, the memes kind of write themselves. Have only been 3 rounds won today by 3D Max.
Yeah. It's an 18-3 run.
Is that all they get? 3 rounds, Jason?
No. You can't call that. You can't call a blank. You can't call a goose egg.
Could be. Well, Lessink getting on the mic again. He had a lot of efforts to try and rally the troops over on Inferno. None of them really transpired.
Well, thankfully it's a new map. You have a whole new set of talking points, a whole new playbook to dive into in these timeouts. And this game hasn't quite gotten away with you that it feels hopeless. But certainly while he's calling out these tactics, in the back of his mind, he's thinking none of it's going to matter if the players don't wake up individually. Still a very quiet day from all 5 of the 3D Max players. No one who can even come close to matching what Malbs put out on Inferno, what Snacks put out on Inferno. And still haven't gotten this Dust 2 started with a round win. CT side struggling. Mako with the op, same with Hades. Is going to drop down, not take the peek towards mid, just looking for a lower push. Smoked off, so he's going to have to call that he has no information. And then it's up to Malbs and Hunter to handle.
Mako finally getting to wield the op. What will you be able to do with it, though? As they cross over the doors, it's a first missed shot. The Malbs will mount the Xbox with Hunter in behind him.
Okay, well, they've given up catwalk control, so bodyy and exercise and even Maka kind of need to get aggressive on catwalk to be able to control this. This round is decided in this fight.
Three players on cap for 3D Max. This is going to be tough to break apart. body's going to step up first.
That's actually huge. Hunter can't even take the fight.
Oh, this shot too.
Hades needed that. He's got
it.
Oh, Hunter traded off. But now the long play, up in the bomb site. The mid portion of the attack is gone. And Heavy God, there's no smoke to cross. Oh, G2 stuck. They got nothing in this round.
Fire in the site, 30 seconds left. Heavy God still trying to force them away from the bomb site, but there's so many targets. And 3D Max, they're going to collect themselves their first round here on Dust 2.
Oh, that's the coach coming over and saying, thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing what we talked about during the timeout. Thank you for executing the tactic perfectly. Thanking you for your production.
Yes, everyone. High fives. Yes,
yeah.
Let's go.
He's going to smile on while he's doing it, too. That's
a round.
That's a feel-good round. As a coach, you're just like, I called a timeout. I called a tactic. We won the round. I've done my job.
Now you do yours.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That was a heavy hit from the God.
It's got some power in it.
Doof. Solid. Here comes Exercise. Looking to keep up the momentum from the last round victory as 3D Max come out with a two-man opener.
Oh, what's this Death Slam look like? Heavy God just spent his whole round blinded, and now nothing's working. Maka nails the shot over towards Catwalk, and 5 players still standing for 3D Max, all of them with 100 HP. And a win like this in this stage in the half is exactly what you need to stabilize moving forward.
For G2, this feels a little frustrating. You're pretty much frozen for over a minute with nowhere to go and no real opportunity in the round. Unless you have any players you can bring down with you.
I mean, they have money. I almost would like to see them just group up and go for kills. That or, I mean, they still could just back away and save this, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But if you're going to stick around and go for a round, like, actually group up, because kills at this point can be impactful. Forcing those rebuys. Hades coming back towards long. There's going to be about 30 seconds left on the clock.
That's what's on the clock right now.
And they're backing off.
And they retreat to save the AWP and the AK. All right, 3D Max with a clean round. All 5 players staying up.
Flawless victory.
Not even a point of damage.
That is what flawless means, yes.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Jason.
I'm sorry.
The actual,
It felt unnecessary as I said it.
you know, sometimes it's fun to run over your co-commentator and the boss.
5-2. It's a 3-round lead. But again, plenty of money for the G2 side of things. Plenty of cash build up during that 5-round streak. So they can buy as the losing bonus grows.
I want to see another heavy smash.
You think he says that as he smashes?
Heavy smash!
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's kind of a special move. That'd be kind of sick. I think you should really start leaning into that. There's some great brand power. You can start selling some little heavy god.
Okay, go in like
plushies.
The Hulk direction.
Yeah, exactly. The Hulk of Counter-Strike. Heavy god.
Well, Snacks calling 4 players to the B-bomb site early. Deep nade in. Good chunk. Good chip damage. But as the smoke comes in and Hades doesn't get a look, G2's going to back off towards middle. Where body's aggressive at Xbox, and Gravity has the ability to turn, spin on a dime.
All right, so Snacks lining up the mid-door smoke. It's going to pop out, but already plenty of players from 3D Max already beyond the door smoke.
And now we're a minute into the round and nobody from G2 knows that Gravity and Body control middle. I think even 3D Max is kind of like, what the hell? Like, this is a weird Dust 2 round where just nobody's come middle at all? So a fake execute at the B bomb site to set up Snacks and Heavy God for the close.
40 seconds. The bomb is now coming out long, creeping up into the A bomb side that has just been vacated.
No smoke for the cross, though.
No smoke for the cross, but it is just one player watching it exercise. Now forced off the angle to try and get across. Bullets peppering them, but the bomb makes it across. Body goes down inside of the lower tunnels. Plank coming in. Snacks locking it in. The jump shots, the damage being done, but the plant still comes in. And Hunter's still fighting. Through mid he will go. Snacks chiming in. And around the back of CT spawn, it's Hunter to collect the final 2.
What a crazy, chaotic round that G2 just brought to bear. That's actually a really cool round the way it's played. But I think 3D Max more than anything had to be stumped. I mean, certainly when the fake B hit comes in, they have no clue what's going on as the long cross occurs. But more than anything, man, it's that mid push where you just see nothing for an entire round. A weird one from G2 confuses 3D Max. And Taz has got his boys back to the winning way. 6-2, 4-round lead. Elimination on the line for 3D Max on Dust 2. A loss here, they're eliminated from IEM Dallas. G2 moves on to try and qualify again in the future for the playoffs. Third map would be Nuke if 3D Max can take us there, but nothing that's making that feel likely at the moment.
No, not too much at all. Not too far off landing that one for Hades. 3D Max cut long in fire, but here's Maka. Oh, great shot. Just in the top of Hunter's head. And rips it right off the top. So advantage siding with 3D Max, at least for the time being. Is there going to be a response? It's the heavy smash to the head of Exercise. 4v4 off the back of that as numbers go even again, and we've got plenty of time.
Mid to be smoke from Hades, the only one in middle. That Op will have to go passive, but he's got a lot to worry about because no one's watching for the long push. Nobody's watching for the catwalk push, so Hades got to back away into some safety.
Oh,
and he's going to get caught. Oh, good win. Holds his nerve on the trigger. And Body's going to sink back away from the double doors. It's Lucky alone at car. Body now joining up at double doors. Defense gets stronger.
Yeah, Body coming to back him up. His bodyguard. With 40 seconds left, flashes go down in front of him. Smoke to follow up. Lucky hides behind the car and still gets away with one. Eventually, Heavy God comes in to clear him. Body through the window, dropping down into the site. 2 right in front of him. Good headshot from Heavy God. Even though he takes damage on board, still stands strong. And we've got Maka coming through the window.
He wants one or quick. He's going to try and give this one up.
Spotted.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, you've got to give it up now.
I don't know if he's going to be able to make it. Hades already wrapping around towards double doors, and Snack says, nope, I'm pushing. I ain't letting you get anywhere close to saving that up. 3D Max banged out 7-2 going into round number 10, and there might have to be a timeout from the 3D Max side of things. 3 players with cash, 2 not so much. So got to decide how they want to do things, but I guess at this stage of the game, you sort of just have to buy. Down 2-7, there's only 3 rounds remaining.
Yeah, throw everything you've got, push it all in. See if you can ignite something for the rest of this half.
Didn't spot anything on the jump for lower dark. But Hunter understands the situation. Not entirely confident of the money, so he's approaching the B-halls very carefully. Staying outside, in fact, just in case of a push. Long control for G2, and on a round like this, it just feels like that's going to be the easy call to make for Snacks. Pull everyone over to the room, to the map control that Malbs already has. Let Hunter play for himself. And now we descend into this game at long A of trying to pull out and burn all the counter nades for 3D Max, while keeping just enough utility yourself for the cross and execute. And during this time, it's like Hunter has a decision to make. Like, he's got to figure out how he wants to play this round. Does he want to fall back to T-spawn and eventually like go towards middle, maybe link up with them, maybe be a late long player? At the moment, he's choosing to stick around. He's almost like going to like flank the flankers. He's like going to flank the guy who clears out tunnels, gives all the information over to 3D Max, which is lucky. But the hit's got to come in first. 35 seconds.
A little bit of flank-on-flank action.
Normally got to pay double for that.
30 seconds on the clock, such limited time.
Lucky makes his move, so does Hunter.
Oh, spam down through the smokes, do a little bit of extra damage. Finished off by Lucky. So G2 down a member. Hunter trying to accelerate to get back in to help his teammates, and he does get that kill. Snacks alongside of him.
10
seconds, limited time. Another shot needed to land. Hades doesn't get it. And now Snacks is just fighting his way forward as that bomb goes down. It's all about the elimination, and Hunter with 2 of, oh my goodness. Gravity's not near him, but nice little transfer. Unfortunately, the time, it was the issue. And 3D Max get an extra round to work with.
Yeah, G2 really playing these last 2 rounds extremely slow. And this time there's all the defensive smokes up in the A bomb site, protecting a player over in Goose, allowing them to swing wide on Catwalk. Enough players from G2 go down on the cross, and immediately after that, they can be confident standing in the open and taking heads-up fights. First time out called by Taz. It's been mostly smooth sailing for the G2 guys. Even when they've encountered obstacles, they've been able to overcome it without his help. Now, at the end of the half, gonna try and get them geared up for these last 2 rounds.
Considering the start to the half, considering the start of the series, 5 rounds would not be bad at all here for 3D Max. Let's see if they can go and get it. They've still got to deal with the goodbye here from G2. Still got to deal with Hades on the op. 4 AK-47s. Default stance from G2. They just spread out. Hunter into the tunnels. He's not there alone. He's got Malbs with him.
Utility for lower control, trying to help out his boys in the halls. Malbs drops down, sees nothing. Molotov hasn't burned anyone into the open. Hunter there with him playing the buddy system. They've got plenty of space up Catwalk. Exercise defending long. bodyy playing at car between the bomb site and long. Maka at the A site itself.
Now we have 55 seconds remaining here. And G2 still just going through the motions. You see that lurk smoke at the end of the tunnels being thrown out by Hunter. Trying to keep Lucky on notice, keep him pinned on the B bomb site. It's not just Lucky, he's got Gravity there with him.
Yeah, Hunter can't possibly know that, but 2 defenders at the B bomb site is perfect for what G2 want to execute.
Unless
There's a defensive smoke.
they're going to drop back, perhaps.
Okay, they'll commit one. This might be Mobs dropping down into CT spawn. I think that's the only play they can make. Mid to B split. Here's the drop. Nobody's home. So it's going to be smooth sailing. Gravity goes down. And best of luck, Lucky.
Yeah, well, he goes into the tunnels. He's only got an MP9. And they're just going to go and check that, realizing this is a possibility. Eventually should be able to take him down. That plant is going to come in with 9 seconds left on the clock.
I think
G2 execute the B play.
I think it's got to be a save. You have no money for next round if you're 3D Max and you're completely out of position. You're completely in a place where you can't do anything. You have no utility. You've only got 1 kit. So now it's all on G2. They don't have money either, so the hunt might not happen, but Mob's able to find one from his position. Every gun you take away is super valuable if you're G2. But I think that one is all they'll get.
3D Max realize how important it is to hold on, so they get in the longhouse. I'm going to save on to 2 rifles, 1 MP9. But the dream of 5 rounds in this first half disappears for 3D Max.
It's been a pretty cool half. I mean, it's a blowout. It's not close. Not the most exciting Counter-Strike just yet. 3D Max haven't provided that sort of energy, but I've liked some of the calling out of Snacks. There's been some 2 or 3 really cool rounds out of G2, I think, in this half. Playing well. You add on a nice Hunter performance. 13 kills.
Yeah, had a good first map as well.
Actually, it feels like a very low fragging game. But that's not based in any kind of mathematical or scientific evidence. Just a general
feeling.
sense and emotion that I have at the moment.
Yeah, there's been a number of saves. We got Snacks going for the opening, kill it short. He's gonna do a little bit of damage, then drop the Molotov. The rest of his teammates are gonna be stacked at B. And look who it is. It's Unlucky, holding the MP9.
He might change his name after this map.
Yeah, he's gonna give it a good go, but Heavy God smashes through 2. Snacks in middle. Body's gonna walk right into him. And a 3 versus 3 off the back of that kill, and now you have to go for a last round of the half, so
Yeah,
give it a good go.
You've got 2 more smokes if you're G2. They're just going to replenish 2 smokes. I mean, maybe 1 door, 1 tunnels, although Hades with the off, yeah, they're not smoking this off. He's been spotted. Not going to be an easy fight for Exercise, but he's stuck in it. He can't give up this battle. He's just got to take the engagement.
Missed shot from Hades. Goes back again, misses again. And now an opening for 3D Max to get back into this retake. Hunter is low in HP.
Yeah, woof.
He's going to rely on Heavy God to be the main impact player here. He's going to play under the window. Still held at bay. We're starting to run low on time for 3D Max. If they want to make this happen, they get back in. Body descending, takes down Heavy God, and Exercise will grab 1 extra at the end of the half. It is going to be 8-4. G2 leading the way, and they're on the pathway to a 2-0 victory.
Well, for a team coming into this event with a lot of upheaval, a lot of roster changes, and just generally a disappointing start to the year, having such a dominant win on the first map and a great lead on the second map is about all you can hope for if you're G2. But here's the thing, you start letting that slip away. You let 3D Max take you to a third map, and this could turn around real quickly. You run out of steam at the wrong moment, and all of a sudden this series is back on. So G2 looking to put an end to this on Dust 2, quickly and emphatically eliminating 3D Max if they can.
Yeah, based on the player reactions, that first half wasn't without frustration for G2. 3D Max want a good start in the half. Haven't been able to get it going at all in this series so far. They're going to be sprinting through the mid doors. Mobs and Hades off to a great start, but Gravity fights forward and he gets 2 kills on the clock. And that's going to pull 3D Max into the lead, at least on the players for now.
Well, it's going to pull Heavy God into a position where he can shut this round down, gushed immediately by that Glock. Oh, the precision on the Glock is just so brutal. And now the fights are hard to find. Good shooting from Exercise. It's Snacks in a 1v3.
And he's a long way off getting involved in this one. He may be hungry.
Yeah, you gonna give it to us?
But there's no food. Not this time.
It's the Big D and Snacks is hungry?
I've seen someone calling it the big brisket.
The Big Brisket?
That's not bad. Alliteration in there as well.
We had brisket for lunch this afternoon.
Yeah, we
Just
did.
in case any of you in Twitch chat were wondering.
I know you guys were
Yeah.
wondering what Jason had for lunch today.
It was...
What did you have on the side of your brisket?
Well, I had a side of grilled chicken.
Oh, you had meat on the side of your meat.
Of my meat, yeah.
You're a man who loves meat.
It was also a peach sauce, which was very nice.
A peach sauce?
Complement the savory beef.
You're meant to have peach sauce with the... I thought that was for dessert.
No. That's not a peach sauce. It's like a peach-flavored barbecue. Anyways, we can forget about that.
All right. Well, we
Enough
know what
food.
Jason had for lunch, and we know that 3D Max have won the pistol round in the second half. So maybe, just maybe, there's a world in which they come back.
Yeah, and I mean, you could kind of see 3D Max putting a little bit more resistance into those rounds in the first half. Like, they actually really started pushing back against G2, so this ain't done yet. Lucky's got a pair of kills in the long corner. Flashbangs don't activate them the way they would have liked. And G2 playing with 3 against 5.
Well, Snacks ain't happy. Oh, rather, Taz ain't happy. Snacks probably Snacks probably not happy either. Just gonna throw that out there. We're looking at a 6th round now for 3D Max, and this one, they don't lose a player.
The coach is never happy, Dinka. That's what you have to understand. They're never happy.
Never happy. Well, he seemed okay when he was playing for a couple of rounds. We actually got the cast Taz recently.
We did.
That was a nice luxury.
He had a couple good performances on Dust 2s.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's probably what he's thinking. He's sitting right at the
He's like,
background.
I could do better.
I could win
than
this
these guys."
game right now.
Yeah. Put me in, coach.
If I was playing, it'd be over.
Well, Snacks ain't going to get anyone stumbling out those double doors into his arms. 6 rounds for 3D Max. And should have a pretty easy time getting it up to 7 before G2 is able to fight back.
Terrorists win.
Bravo, bravo, continue.
Oui, oui. One of the rare national squads. 3D Max. Not really. We don't really see them too often anymore, Jason. Oh my goodness, yeah. Taz is like, I can't watch.
Yeah,
I can't look.
he doesn't want to see it. He can feel what's coming. Maybe he's going to throw up. Ever think of that? Maybe he's actually...
Maybe he has too much brisket for lunch.
Yeah, he's actually ill.
The peach sauce.
Ooh.
And Macca, sweet with a headshot.
They're getting back into it.
They're here.
His game's got a different feel to it. Gravity going to jump up on the Xbox when the Molotov fades. Complete control for the 3D Max side of things, and they've even found Heavy God in middle. So it'll be 8-7. And finally, G2 can get the guns out and try and put a stop to this.
Oh. Another great shot on the scout. And another round where 3D Max don't lose a player.
Yeah, they've got money just growing on that side of things, don't they? Everyone around 6,000. Gravity and Lucky at about 7K. So things are looking good for this 3D Max T side. 8-4 at half, now 3 in a row to start the second half, but their first major test. Hades on the op, 4 M4s, all utility, kit picked up on snacks. So G2's got the arsenal they need to get started in the second half of this map.
The Gunners. Hades low on HP. Smoke blown open for just a moment. And Hades going to change his position and play from spawn. 3D Max have the mid control they desire. Flash about to be set up here for Gravity. Allow the peak of bodyy. He'll go around the corner. No one from G2 elevated on the ledge.
Hunter shifting back over under cover of smoke. After mid control, after catwalk control, 3D Max realigns. Couple of players come and join up with Exercise out towards the long cave to set up a split. 2 coming up catwalk, 3 coming long. Heavy God's gonna have a big job to do, and same with Hades on the op, as he's gonna have to work his attention between both of his teammates.
The heaviest of all gods waits behind the blue bin. Looking to bring the hammer down. He's got Hades to back him up. Hades and Heavy God not able to combine together. It's Heavy God left. Or rather, Hades left out there on his own. He only gets the one, and then Gravity cuts down the rest of his teammates inside of the site. Hunter and Snacks coming back over. 2v3 still recoverable, especially when Hunter's still on the server, and he's got himself both to close it.
Oh man, they got all the way to the finish line and realized they didn't have any utility for the cross, and because of the deep peek from Malbs, plenty of time for G2 to react to the play that 3D Max is going to try and cross to the bomb site. That's a really hard-fought round and very narrowly won by G2. Heavy God swings off contact, but again, with a stand-in situation, maybe not knowing exactly what the angle is. Hades is peeking in, fighting an Opper. Heavy God thinks they've activated. Thankfully, Hunter saves the day, but G2's not out of it. Diminished weapons in this round due to the economy. 1-for-1 trade thus far. Long is going to be controlled by G2 as Maul steps up.
That's chaos, but Mac is still thriving, gets through the smoke. Picks up the pace with the AWP and catches off the rotation. Snack's not ready. Hades now has to rip them a new one. And he's got himself the first kill on Maka. Blinded as he descends down.
Ooh, that's a loud drop.
Yeah, it is. He's going to start backing away off of that.
Lucky's like, yo, you think he broke his ankle?
Yep, he's injured.
I don't know if Hades can go for this anymore. I mean,
yeah,
you can go for it, right? But you're going to be in such a more difficult position now that you've lost track of where they can go. This is a long time where you have no information of where they moved, where they planted. So you're kind of turning this corner at long, and you're doing it blind. You got no idea.
Well, at least the bomb took a while to get planted, so he has an extra few seconds to play with. But he needs this quick kill, and he does spot the head. Gravity gone. Lucky up next.
Good reposition from Lucky, though. You'll never expect this. You think he's going to be playing catwalk. You think maybe he'll play the boxes. You'll not expect him at the site.
Hades' utility drops into the cross at CT. Needs a quick shot as he jumps up into the side. He landed it. He landed the shot, but it's to the legs. And that is not enough to bring down Lucky.
Crazy he hits that. Crazy he hits it and doesn't get the kill. Lucky, such a smart move.
Oh, dude. Oh, that's a lot of saliva.
That's intensity is what that is. That's passion dripping out of his mouth.
Passion all over the keyboard. Lucky taking some damage on board, but not much to work with here for G2. You gotta hope for a Malbs Deagle moment, and it just won't happen. He's
literally drooling at the thought of a Nuke third map.
Tasty. Nuke as the third and deciding for survival here in Dallas. G2 will have another bye coming right up, and we're still early enough in this game. It's going to be tied up, 9-9. What can Hunter do with a 5-7? Nothing. Exercise finds it. Can't believe they catch that saliva in 4K.
It's so good.
Yummy.
With all the close zooms as well, it's a perfect opportunity.
You can watch it in slow motion.
Yeah.
You can rewatch it if you want. If that's your thing.
All right, we're all tied at 9. Getting into the final stages of this second map.
And we got Hades back in the AWP.
Hades back on the AWP. We've got 3D Max finally in the game. They didn't really show up at all on map 1. Took them a while to get warmed up into Dust 2, but now that they're here, they brought it right back.
Gravity shreds through Malbs. Grenade, is it gonna get him? Oh, so close.
They jumped up on the box, which is what saved his life.
Yeah, Gravity making it over the top.
Yeah, well now he can turn the corner with 8 HP as well, and if the AWP hits that, it's no big deal. Patient 3D Max with the 5-on-4. They want that catwalk control while their own Molotov is up, so body's got to burn the smoke to move on through. Apply a little bit of pressure with this catwalk lurk smoke. They've pulled all of G2 over here, who's feeling... They're feeling really, really weak, really susceptible considering their economy, right? 4v5, you have no money after this, so gamble towards the A bomb site. If this finishes mid to B, they should not move.
Well, Snacks through the smoke has drawn that kill back, so even on the numbers now, but the B-bomb site
low HP. He's got the bomb.
Oh, so close, but Snacks yet so far. Gravity does make it through the window, but it was nearly a last-second recovery there from Snacks with a spam up through that smoke, and they'll make it into the site. 3D Max forced G2 into the safe call. They don't realize how close it was to being up for grabs again.
Whew.
It's all good.
It's all good. Save call, pretty much the only decision G2 had. So 9-10, they relinquish the lead that they've held on to since round 1. This is the first time 3D Max has seen themselves in the lead in this match. I guess when you think about it, it's been since round 3 of the first map since they've been able to say that they were above G2 on the scoreboard. 3 away from bringing us to Nuke. And a 6-1 run in this second half. 3D Max putting together a very deadly T-side, very effective, and G2 not able to hang on to it just yet. I mean, individually now still 3D Max players alive, starting to win some of those opening engagements, those heads-up duels. And it's gone the other directions for G2. Outside of Hunter, everyone's pretty chill. Hunter's got 16, next up is Hades with 11.
Taz making the most of this timeout. It's evident he's not been enjoying the defensive half here from his squad.
I feel like, I'm gonna look this up. I feel like this has been a symptom of G2. I feel like this is like a G2 Dust 2. We've seen them have some big first halves and plenty of second half struggles. I think specifically on the CT side, if I remember correctly. So I'll BRB.
So we all get to enjoy this round as a bye has returned for both squads. Round 20. Some early util into the longhouse here from G2, looking to block any early success from 3D Max. Hades going to be perusing in mid. .3D Max taking their time to establish early control of middle. Hades re-smoked. Vision once again severed off. And a split being set up to the A bomb site. 3 through long, 2 through short.
All right, Heavy got in pit. Poke his head up, sees one over at Blue Bin. He's got nobody close to support him. He's all on his lonesome.
And the Molly's coming in as well. Heating things up. Heavy God burning, gets into safety. Can he step up with a kill? The answer to that is no. But Maul certainly will.
Yeah, but this is not a fun place to defend the A bomb site. You've got to start pushing middle if you're the other two players coming from the B site. Maul's going to get activated out towards long. Another smoke up on Catwalk to buy safety for the moment. I think now's the time. G2 might be missing a moment with this Catwalk play. It needs to happen quick so they can be here for the site defense.
Oh, doubled up at Gandalf. Lucky's going to see them. Smokes fade away. Snacks nipping in behind. They allow Snacks to make the move, but no one from the site does anything from the defense. So frustrating here for G2. 18 seconds left. That fire biting them. Precious time as Snacks goes out again. It's bodyy to go down. And this round is still on for G2 in the retake.
Okay, well now if you're 3D Max, you might be thinking Snacks is going to go towards long, but he's coming CT spawn. Op and AK to defend the retake.
And this decision has happened quick. He's repositioned quickly. Heads come over his crosshair, but he can't get any of them. It's Hades who gets ripped apart by Maka. And 3D Max are absolutely back. They are looking for that third map. They had disappeared in the opening of Inferno. It took them a while to get going here on Dust 2, but this second half has been pretty dominant from the French. They've dropped one round so far.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I just did look it up some of their recent Dust 2 games, and it is, you know, pretty symptomatic of their CT side on Dust 2. They go on long stretches. There's a lot of 6-1 runs for their opponents on the T side, 7-1 runs. A couple halves they've had to recover in the last 4 or 5 rounds to go on a streak to save the day. But Dust 2 CT side has been quite a problem for G2 for a few events now. And it's really painful watching this lead slip away. A wild second half from 3D Max, now a 7-1 run since we've switched sides. Problem is, like, there's no stopping power, it feels, out of Heavy God and Malbs in their positions, where like normally where we saw in Inferno, double kills, multi-kills, good sequences. Here on Dust 2, it's like either 1-for-1 or you just lose the fight straight up.
Yeah, I mean, the two players we talk about as needing to be the stars of G2 now are the two bottom fraggers on the team at the moment. Heavy God with 7 kills, Malbs with 8. It's not the winning recipe for G2, that's for sure. Here comes the climb up. Gravity to ascend with bodyy. Some utility dropping here from Malbs to try and slow them down and keep them at bay. They might just pop right through it. Everybody for 3D Max committed up cat at the moment. They're going to strut their stuff towards this bomb site at A. And Hunter ready for the descent down, and he's going to catch Gravity. Malbs to flash over the top of Goose. Oh. Swings out into the open. It costs him. He won't pick it up. Hades on scopes, rescopes just in time. Exercise to fall.
He's not ready. He's not ready.
Get behind the cover. And he gets away with it. Hades still standing, still fighting. And with 40 seconds left, he might just double up. And he will. He'll nail the shot on Mac. And now Heavy God waits on the ramp. 35 seconds. Final 2 players thrusting forward into the A bomb site. Heavy God just playing his life, staying disciplined down behind the wall as the flank from Hunter has arrived. It's now bodyy getting caught by that as Hunter doubles up to close.
Yeah, smart from Heavy God recognizing the situation he was in, just saying, you know, it's more important that I stay alive to set up this flank than anything than going for these fights. But really, Hades gets away with one there. 1 kill, pulls knife out, kind of lazily moving towards the double doors. He's very fortunate he didn't get caught, but does plant his feet and recover for a second frag for a double kill in the round. There's the first. That was so nonchalant. I think he thought at the moment they were already committed into the A bomb site. And boy, was he wrong. 11-10. Hunter waiting for the flashbang. Here's the swing, but nobody's blind. Not a single player had eyes or hands in front of their eyes. And that's a brutal way to lose long.
Malbs gets bruised by the utility, goes into the open, and Lucky just comes charging through. Malbs can't handle that. And a double up setup, impossible to get back into this round, so they retreat, and we have got map point for 3D Max.
Yeah, G2's gonna have to play for overtime now. You can't retake this one. Not really a whole lot of money in the bank for your teammates either. Decent enough losing bonus of 3 rounds, but one of these ops is gonna be taken out of your hands at the very least.
Well, there's the one. The other of Hades just gonna try and white knuckle grip it into the next round.
All right, what a tough task for G2. They've got to win 2 in a row, which they haven't yet done in this half. They've only won 2 rounds overall. But they're spread out. These massive runs from 3D Max's offense, this huge T side that has just been rolling. Malbs can't stop him, he's getting deleted. Heavy God can't stop him, he's getting deleted for the most part. And that flash misses its mark because Lucky has no issue seeing his opponents. And I think that's what we're seeing, these images and the camera shots of Taz head in his hands. Wow, I did that backwards.
That sounds quite freaky. You could probably get AI to make that for you, Jason.
Right, that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I think he's just looking at it and he's like, well, we're just losing every fight. Like, what are you supposed to do? Sometimes you just have games where every fight goes the other direction, no matter what decision you make.
Well, body flashed into the peak at short. It's G2 trying to win 2 rounds in a row to force overtime here on Dust 2. You think with such a convincing victory, 13-3 on Inferno, and G2 going to the map they keep picking in Dust 2 that they feel is their comfort ground, it looked like a 2-0. But Nuke is being queued up. 3D Max wait outside the B-bomb site. And G2 have no one actually in the site. They're both sitting outside, and there's only MP9s defending this side of the map right now. Body's going to cut through one, and now they just accelerate into the B side. Once they spot 2 players, they know there's got to be a weakness inside of the site. Hunter tries to get to the window, but it's a last-ditch effort that does not result in success for Hunter. But that pick from Malbs keeps numbers even.
Yeah, there's 2 kits, there's 2 Molotovs, a smoke, a flash, and an HE grenade for G2 to get this retake underway. You have to imagine Molotov towards back plat, Molotov car maybe, smoke off tunnels, and see what you can do from there.
Well, they tried to block that smoke so they can still enter the door with some vision onto Exercise, but they're locked out for now, and time is starting to tick. They rely upon the utility to be effective. Flashes come in, here come the G2 players, but Exercise gets a double. Hades down into the site, and it is over. 3D Max battle back into Dust 2. They even up the series, and their life is prolonged here in Dallas.
The mouse button is working. 0-0, pistol round going live on Nuke. CT side start for 3D Max. And for G2's attack here, nade on Heavy God, Molotov on Snacks, armor on 4 players. It's 2 sets of dualies and no util. Excuse me, Gravity has a flashbang for 3D Max.
Well, quick ramp play being set up here. Heavy God on the charge. He's got plenty of teammates in behind him. They're just going to go in towards Hell instead. There's a couple of players dropping down secret right now for 3D Max trying to get down to B, but they start to realize they come back up the ladder. They come back into the A site, and G2 hit the pause button.
Yeah, but actually this is going to be a little bit creepy for 3D Max because you've heard the ramp rush. You've heard them run all the way towards Under Heaven. Now they've gone quiet. You actually have no clue what's going on in the map, and you have no one downstairs now because you think they're going to be pressuring Heaven any second.
Genius. Genius from G2. It's worked out really well. They get down into the lower bomb site.
They did like strat roulette before coming in here and just played like around the world.
It's like rush ramp, then go Hell, then run back ramp. Well, we've got Hunter all the way pushed up into Decon. He's not alone. He's got his teammate right beside him. Heavy God looking for some headshots. Hunter and Snacks both going down. Exercise with a double on the Julies. Hades now trying to step up and get his team back into this pistol, and he does so. He switches out to the Jewel Berettas himself. Bomb ticking away. Malbs to get 1 headshot before being taken down by Lucky. Hades now stepping up, and Maka has him covered. And 3D Max can celebrate the first round victory here on Nuke.
Damn, that looked way too easy. For how free and how deep into the bomb site G2 got, losing all those engagements over towards Decon, down towards Secret, this is just painful. 6 shot from Exercise, a pair of kills for him before being taken down, and you're just playing on the back foot from that point. For G2, this pistol round felt like they were in control the entirety of it until the last 10 seconds. We're going to start getting loud now.
Yeah, Gravity is being unusually quiet throughout the series, but hasn't been much of a reason for 3D Max to get loud. The first map, they got destroyed. Second map was a hard-fought win towards the end.
Yeah, but they were getting destroyed in the first half of the second map, so yeah, they've only really put together 1 half of great Counter-Strike today, but still sitting at a 1-to-1 map scoreline, still sitting 1 round up on the decider.
G2 going to force back into this round. So you've got a mixture of pistols, Galils, and some utility sprinkled across it. Gravity coming to meet them in the secret fight.
He's got no utility, though. He's going to need Lucky to be there to pounce on his contact.
Or bullets. He's got bullets instead. The MP9 getting 1. Couldn't get a second as Malbs and Hunter combine together, and G2 has space down lower. Exercise responds, through many. We've got bodyy about to break open the windows, or at least going close to them. He's going to start creeping over the rafters as that plan comes in from Hunter down below, and bodyy not able to deny it and not able to spot them. So Hunter gets back into the smoke, back into the cover.
Okay, one in vents that he's got to take care of. Heavy God's going to flank ramp late. They're waiting for Exercise to come down the vents. Hunter not looking in that direction. Heavy God taking his time. Maka's going to clear behind him, and oh, there's the engagement. Big win.
He got the deagle shot to land right in the head of Maka. Exercise coming in again. G2 have got this one down to the wire, looking to play the fuse on that bomb. Hunter with the pick, goes to the Tech 9, and it's Heavy God to find the final kill.
All right, fair play. They got back the pistol round that should have been theirs based off how free it was, but this one, nicely done from G2. It's so unfortunate. Gravity's the one to rotate down vents first with no utility, no smoke. If they could have bought like 3-4 more seconds, bought time for Lucky to get a little bit more comfortable in vents paired up with them, that could have been completely different.
Well, 3D Max coming into this round with an investment, but not everything. Only a couple of $100 to $1,000 in the bank. So upgraded pistols. Still obviously can be quite potent. They're trying to disrupt the amount of money that G2 can build up early on here. Exercise dropping out of the hut back into the site. Molb's going to take up that space instead.
Yeah, just an opportunity for a cheeky kill if he could have got it on the push.
Now, if you don't want to get the result of the previous game that was going on at the same time as this one, you have a second to cover your ears. While this fight goes down, I'll tell you all about it. Here's Maka waiting on the side of the smoke and cleaned up by G2. Lucky's going to do his best, but that little P250 is not going to be mighty enough to change the outcome of this. Hunter dives down the vent.
Can I take my hands off my ears now?
Yeah, no, I'm going to tell you. It's Gamer Legion that have won that series versus Furia. They've knocked them out. 2-1 fashion, a 13-8 final map as well.
Spicy with a stand-in. A-Core coming in for Slend.
Furia started playing pretty well over in Astana.
I love the way that guys like Saw, guys like Ash are like showing the value of a great coaching staff and your ability to kind of keep orgs relevant with different lineups, with different players coming in and out. It's really cool to see.
So Gamer Legion is the team awaiting the winner of this one.
Nice. Pretty clean round from G2. One player going down, so they get to build up some money. body's just going to back off. Look at his fingers. Just look at him.
Nice and zoomed in. But more,
look at his face.
The crazy part is the sleeves. You know, he's got the sleeve. He's a sleeve gamer. He's got the hoodie under the jersey.
The hoodie sleeve is aggressive. It's very thick, very bulky.
Oh, you lose a lot of sensation on the mouse pad.
I wonder if, I mean, I'm assuming he plays with his forearm off the mouse pad if he's wearing a hoodie.
Maybe, or maybe just likes the sensation of fabric on fabric.
I feel like you get hot in like a high pressure situation.
Not bodyy. He doesn't mind the sweat. 3D Max. They're dripping in it right now.
Okay. Why'd you keep building on that one?
Hey man, we had the saliva in the last map.
That's true.
I think we can. Sweat's fine. It's not off limits.
We've had a pretty sloppy series so far.
A lot of fluids. We got Snacks flowing his way in behind enemy lines, looking to flood in towards bodyy. Hunts him down, no problem for the pole. Here comes Molb's next side of the unbreakable box. Oop. Snacks ain't happy about that. Molb's gonna be happy he got the trade at least.
Oh, look at the read. He knows what's coming next. Gravity, you dead. Oh! Ooh!
Yeah, he read that.
That's
a surprise story.
That is a curse. I apologize, Molbs. I didn't know I was going to do that to you at the time. Oh, free. Okay, that AK-47, just put it down. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's not worth it. It's like Chad and Alex's death AK-47 carrying forward to today.
Wonder what they'll do later today.
Probably cast some Counter-Strike, I would imagine. We have a lot more of it coming this afternoon, this lovely Wednesday afternoon in Dallas for all of you sitting at home. Aurora Heroic still set to begin. Mao's Falcons coming up. That's going to be a spicy game. I'm going to make sure I'm tuned into that one. You guys should be too. Vitality Mongols. That's equally a very spicy game. Tune into that one. Gamer Legion is going to play the 3D Max G2 winner.
Are the Mongols going to end the Vitality streak today?
I know. It could be interesting.
It's a group stage game.
It is a group stage game.
But it has playoff implications.
And Vitality, I mean, as we know, and you get this luxury when you've won every single event you've attended. FaZe, remember, got this during their stretch. Looked a little ropey in the group stage. Vitality hasn't been as sharp, as dominant.
Well, we'll see. That's an exciting game coming up a little bit later on, but a buyback for 3D Max. Smoke going into the ramp room, or the radio room. It's going to slow them down a little bit. Hades lining up a Molotov. And he's just going to spam down through, so Hades not able to have a fun time at all. Take it down through the smoke without even seeing his opponent. Lucky's come over to rotate and try and help out his teammate. He's done a decent job at that as well. It goes in for a pick and then falls back.
This is massively successful defense. I mean, look at you just take a kill every time they want to take another step of progress. Each and every way, the cost is way too high for G2. Good kill from Snacks. This leaves Lucky all alone, and if you want to equalize into a 3-on-3, that's the kill you need. Good job from Heavy God. And now the secret push into the waiting arms of Snacks, but he can't win it.
Good shot from Maka. He's going to unscope just as Hunter was about to walk into the heaven angle. And Hunter drops on down. Loud about it, but no one close enough, and now they realize the plant is coming in, and Hunter, okay. All right.
Hacky boy.
That's fair. Sussy Maka. That's a great shot. And they're just going to go and pick up some extra pieces on the ground, see if there's any spoils of war lying around, a little bit of utility.
One more round to get through, essentially, for 3D Max before G2 is going to have to save. They've got money, especially with that plant. Hunter's got 8,700 he can drop over. So G2's fine in terms of this next round, in terms of fighting for it. Going to take a timeout to have a conversation, because these last two rounds have not got anywhere that G2 has wanted, or this last round did not go anywhere G2 wanted it to. Closing the gap. Winning the pistol, losing the second, third, and fourth, but now taking the fifth and a chance to build upon it for 3D Max. G2 coming into this map wanting to have a complete 180 from the G2 we saw in Dust 2. Individually, very quiet, not a lot of impact across the team. Got ran over in the second half, trying to rebound here on the T side of Nuke.
Lucky. He's pushed up to red. He takes a little bit of damage from the early utility, but he'll stay in his committed position. And Snacks is on the charge outside. Nearly gets caught. He had a smoke in hand upon that peak. He goes out again. This time Lucky will finish him off. Molds to respond though and create space on the ramp room.
Yeah, and apply some pressure to the lower bomb site. Everyone else is coming with them. Maka's here, going to open the doors up in hand. They're already out. Beautiful, fast shot. Great reaction. Hades gets one in return. That's through smoke. And now Lucky, it's his turn to pounce over at the window. Heavy God looking for that, and progression into the bomb site continues.
Now Maka trying to, just about missing out. Gets his crosshair back to the right position. Hades about to be burnt out of his spot. Forced into the scope of the Frenchman. And Hades, yeah, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Here comes Exercise. Hunter not even thinking about the ramp play. Exposed completely.
Like, what's the rest of it? It's like everyone just stops. When like Maka's over and Decon, everyone just stops moving, stops playing. Hunter's out in the open. That's an easy flank down from ramp. G2 lost control of the situation. And Maka and Exercise looking like they're going to make him pay. 40 seconds, bomb on the deck. And Heavy God's going to try and get aggressive towards ramp room to isolate a 1v1.
And I could get this into 1v1 fights, but he isn't going to go all the way up. 30 seconds.
It's crazy how much room he's been given by 3D Max. Exercise playing deep in ramp room. Maka's gone to the upper bomb site because he's thinking maybe secret fallback is there.
Yeah, a lot of respect being given over to Heavy God here.
And that could actually come back to bite 3D Max. He's got time to get into a post-plant position as well, and now he gets to set up wherever he wants.
Sure, he's almost shocked at how much time he's been given, how much space he's been given.
Yeah, tough part for him is he's got no idea where they've gone either. He has no clue where the retake is going to begin.
Well, they have a smoke kit and flash right now as well for this retake attempt as they come in together. Heavy God also has lost half of his health. He's going to listen to one drop into the site, knows the other's up on the rafters. That smoke deployed onto the bomb. You'll open up the double doors. No defuse yet. And now they know he's there, and he can't get it done.
Nicely done from Maka jumping through the smoke. Could have been an awkward fight, but man, you got to feel G2 getting into the lower bomb site in a 3-on-2 situation. Let that one kind of drift away. The Hades situation is fair play. He had to leave for the Molotov. That's smart from Maka, but Hunter's just kind of frozen up on the rafters. Heavy God's over in control windows. Not much being done to secure the bomb site or get the bomb planted.
So G2 down to Tech 9s, and Hades having to save a little bit extra because he wants that AWP out a little bit later on. Here comes the quick play down ramp. 4 players with Snacks holding the door. It's going to be straight through the fire and the flames. Right into Body. He's going to split them open with the M4. At least one kill here for G2, but they don't create enough pressure from that initial thrust to really open up an opportunity.
No, and also the bomb is outside now in the back of Hunter, who does have an AWP, so you can do some economic damage in this round, and actually G2's done a pretty good job of limiting the economic growth of the CT side, so any more kills they get here is going to be lovely. But actually coming in and winning is going to be tricky. Look at how 3D Max has played this on the minimap. They've abdicated the upper bomb site entirely. They've basically said, go plant. We're fine if you guys want to plant there, because we know exactly where you are.
Hunter just prowling around the lower bomb site.
So one of the few parts of the map that's not really being watched.
And he spotted the vents clear. Hasn't made contact yet.
He's exposed to control window as well. Body.
Up he goes. Body's head turn, comes back. Heavy God's got it.
I'm really confused.
Easy Tech 9 kill. Lucky gonna step up to the window. Here comes the double door swing. And Lucky able to isolate both fights.
Yeah, but it didn't have to be that dangerous. Didn't have to feel that uncomfortable, did it?
No, but it's an entertainment product, Jason. You know, 3D Max thinking of the viewer at home.
That's a good point. More teams and players should be thinking of the viewers.
Think of the content. Audio-only listeners as well.
Right.
Can't forget about them.
Yeah. It is 4-3 for all of you audio listeners at home.
There is a timeout actually in play. That's what that music signals.
Second timeout used by G2. Taz still grasping to find the solution. They've hit a cold streak, 3 in a row for 3D Max. Gives them a 1-round lead here on Nuke.
If you are an audio-only listener, let us know what you're cooking while you're listening to the game.
Sure, whatever you're doing.
Maybe some brisket, Jason.
Maybe some brisket. 2 AKs, 2 Galils, and a MAC-10 for G2 in this round. Seen a couple of ramp rushes already. Fast ramp plays.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
Haven't really seen them get outside working to any kind of crazy degree. Round 8. Up in the hands of Maka. Him and Lucky leading the way of fragging for 3D Max. 7 for Maka, 8 for Lucky.
Gravity, quick play into Hut. Oh, it's a lobby crunch being set up here out of the timeout for 3D Max. 2 for 2 early and a lot of damage sustained here for the CT side.
It is a classic up in their face, taking away the options that they talked about during the timeout, but Body is now eliminated. G2 coming on top of the lobby crunch. Looked like it was going to break even for a moment, but on the fallback, on the reposition, the defense can't handle it, and Maka's left in a 1v3.
He's the first shot. He's going to pick it up. He actually gets in behind the smoke and doesn't sustain too much damage. In fact, there's a gap on the left side. If Hunter moves off the angle, he somehow gives Maka a chance here, but he won't. Aware of the gap. Aware of the possibility. Snacks will have communicated that. Hunter's going to wait at the back of the bomb site looking for the heaven option. Maka not looking like they're going to give you that shot, and they won't. Snacks will close him down, and we've got a tied game.
Nice attempt. There's a world in which Hunter just gives that like a quick jiggle just to get some information if he's coming through the smoke, not aware there's a gap, and all of a sudden Maka's got a 1v1. Admire him sticking around in the 1v3 to grab a kill and make it interesting. G2 tied things back up. And you start to feel some of that punishment of the money for 3D Max. Gravity back to an MP9. Not too bad overall. Maka's glass cannon, you're missing some kits. It's only exercise with one of those. For G2, this represents a huge opportunity. And Hades missed and killed.
A death sentence to miss a shot that. Well, so far we're getting the prediction of Steel, who was saying that this is likely to be a very close third final map. G2 could still have struggles on their CT side, which we did see on Dust too.
Snacks was looking for the op that Hades brought into the round, can't find it.
Well,
blown through the fence.
That is why. Look at that. Out of bounds.
All right, mid-round yard play. 1 minute left on the clock. There's no more smokes for G2, so they kind of have to utilize the ones already in place. Or I should say the one already in place. I think you just turn through mini, maybe fight outside. Smoke's fading.
Gravity gets away with 2 on the MP9. bodyy just peeks out from the generator, and we've got Snacks in a 1v4. Well, he's taking bodyy down. Bomb loose on the ground. He's going to pick it up.
Oh, that's one of those rounds you just can't be happy about. I don't like G2 didn't do anything. Like Hades went for the pick outside, got killed, and then it was basically sit around and realize you don't have any nades and go outside and just kind of play contact, but you also don't really have the smoke timing as it fades in mini. So Gravity's able to get a freebie on Heavy God, who's kind of surprised and doubled up on Malbs. So just a really limp T round.
Yeah, Hades is going to be very frustrated about the start of it. Everyone else by the end of it. Down to the weaker weapons yet again here for G2. Oh, a lot of grenades landing on Gravity's feet, but he still stands and he still fights and comes out on top of the duel versus Hades. Malbs to fall second and G2 fall to just 3 players.
All right, someone from G2 is going to have to do something as this half closes out. Because if you're G2, and I mean, you go into the second half with, just getting beat down. If this ends like 8-4, and it's been like a crazy run, like 6 of 7 rounds going to 3D Max, you're going to feel so horrible during halftime coming into the second. You need something to hang your hat on. But again, that luxury of winning the pistol, already having 4 for G2 is a nice luxury. 1 more and you're super pleased.
No need for 3D Max to offer anybody up to the waiting players of G2 in lobby. Just let them come to you. May take some time, but eventually G2 will have to make a move. We'll see 3D Max go to 6-4.
Yeah, G2 wants a mistake. They want a gift of a push, of an ill-advised peek, but
it isn't happening.
Yeah, 3D Max with the stakes on this game, elimination on the line. 3D Max, everyone just completely focused. No one making stupid decisions.
And a reminder of how this series started as well. It was a 13-3 loss for 3D Max. They didn't get going at all in the opening map.
Pick.
Yeah, their own map pick. They come into Dust 2. They're getting destroyed to kick things off as well. G2 started really strong on that map. It felt like it was a 2-0 written all over it. A very quick day at the office for G2, but 3D Max come back into the second half and now leading the way here on the third and final.
And that's what I mentioned on Dust 2, I think when it was like 8-4, when they were like just coming back from halftime, is if you're G2 and you've had all these recent struggles and you've had all these recent issues and you're kind of entering this weird rebuilding phase, a lot of distractions, is like close out this Dust 2 8-4. Like you don't want to give this team any kind of belief that they can come back, much less any belief that they can beat you on a third map, which is the eventuality that's coming to fruition right now. 2-round lead for 3D Max, 6-4. Snacks' offense having a tough time finding any production here on Nuke. And Lucky might just unravel every single plan they have here in round 11.
That's the first step. And Malbs to trade it. At least trades it quite quickly. Snacks is already down secret. Maka waiting for the cross of any further players that would like to join him.
Oh, late push out mini.
I like this.
2 rifles leading the way. Yeah, well, you saw Malbs drop down, so they know nobody's on roof.
Here we go. Malbs gonna be cleared. They hunt down that kill. And actually, Snacks can combine with Malbs now. And actually, it does not work out at all for 3D Max. They get destroyed. G2 love that. They just walk right into a trap. And now body's left 1v4 coming up from Secret. But all of G2 have left the yard. It's just one player over here, and it's Snacks, and that's information. He'll take that, and G2 will put the bomb down at the back of the site.
Yeah, this round won by patience from G2. I mean, you even see the worst eventuality possible. It's not only are you walking outside to re-clear it, regain control, you're looking for the fights over at Red Box, over behind the wall, and then all of a sudden you got one in Secret you got to battle with, and then you got one coming from Squeak Door. So G2 just does a very good job lining up so they can pounce when the moment calls for it. And there's that 5th round. Despite the fact that it hasn't looked good at all for G2 in these... Oh, he didn't just drop...
Assassin's Creed.
He almost missed the drop. Final round of the first half. G2 looking to tie things up. 3D Max has barely been able to hold on to their money throughout this entire half. They've been at the breaking point a number of times, but this late it obviously just doesn't matter. Op in the hands of Maka. Hades has his as well.
Well, Maka showing some acrobatic ability, climbing up on top, coming away with a pick and getting down to safety.
Look at the way they...
Lucky extends upon it, and G2, they can't get across, getting destroyed. As they try and get towards Secret, they are down to just 2 members, and Gravity makes sure Hunter's gone. It'll be a 7th round right at the end, secured by 3D Max, as they are looking to knock out G2 in Dallas.
One of these teams is playing their last half of Counter-Strike at the Intel Extreme Masters in Dallas. They line up on Nuke as they switch sides. G2 taking the defensive stance. 5 rounds on their offense. Struggled, but got just enough done for 3D Max. Still looking to take that next step into the upper echelons of professional Counter-Strike. And this would be a great start to fight for a playoff stage later on this evening if they can win here today, or win here this afternoon.
Somewhere in the world, it's
Somewhere.
every time in the day, Jason. We're truly global. Here we go. It's going to be Lucky charging out off the door into the site. Mobs and Hunter straight away. 2 kills for G2's defenses, but Exercise, as he often does, keeps his team in contention for the first round of play here in the second half. 1 back from Heavy God, and that keeps G2 ahead on players as that bomb gets planted.
Okay, 1 above the vents. They hear that out from bottom. Oh, he's going to drop down right into the arms of Hades, who's got them both. Oh, right into his arms. Probably scared the hell out of him, but happy enough to get the kills.
No surprise to find Hades waiting in the underside of the map. 2 from the vent, and G2 win the pistol here in the second half. What a surprise. They land right on his head. And he's able to take a few steps back and get both kills with that USP.
Let's go,
Yeah, it's just like, all right, what just happened there?
I'll take that, absolutely. Well, here's the lack of purchase for 3D Max. You got a Deagle P250 in the mix, so should be quite comfortable here for G2 to tie up the scoreline. Heavy Gods can make some bank.
Just the 1, but thankfully the M4 from Hades here to spray down a pair. Back away, low health on him, so just wants to get as far away from the fight as possible. Nothing to recover for 3D Max. This should be tied up at 7, barring an absolute catastrophe.
And no catastrophe to be seen for G2.
Not yet. Give it some time.
Not yet. All right. Does it start here with Snacks? Let's find out. Nope. They aren't going to check him. And so he gets both kills. And it's 7-7. They only lose 1 player. But an expected result for 3D Max, who did not invest much into it all. It was all about getting the AKs out here. 1 Galil for Maka, 4 AKs to the rest of the squad.
Good job from Snacks tracking that the whole way. Had all the information, the footsteps being made. 7-7. First gun round coming in. Score is tied. 3 AK-47s, 2 Galils, and Gravity up on top dropped immediately. Okay, Malbs hitting some precise shots. If that's going to be an element of this CT side for G2, 3D Max is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, you were saying someone needs to step up for G2. Someone needs to take over, and Malbs is certainly one of the candidates you would like to see in that position. Exercise hoping Snacks takes a bit of a walk back into his crossout.
There is bodyy outside who's lurking, who's trying to like kind of sell this, right? Give it some time when you think there's nobody out here. You've seen it clear for like 30 seconds. Then he can maybe try and make his move. Utility being chucked out. Exercise going for an equalizing pick into the upper bomb site, but the MP9's not giving him the fights he wants. And bodyy will track across Secret. Lucky, Exercise, and Maka to join up towards ramp room.
Well, Heavy God with a scope in position. The turret begins to rattle off shots. It's Exercise going down first. A really ambitious jump and a little dangerous. He's going to try and retreat down the ramp, but Lucky to chase him down and cast Heavy God aside.
Yeah, but look at Malbs. Okay, Hades is in a big position. Malbs is flanking a flanker. Hades needs 1, and he's got it nice and easy. At clock, he's got a second one, and it doesn't even matter about the flank. No. Because there's no way bodyy wins this whole round.
No, maybe it still matters because Malbs comes through anyway. He's the man to close it. And Taz is happy. Look at that. Smile on his face. G2 into the lead.
Taking a while to get there.
And let's see how the CT side performs throughout the rest of the half, but so far so good in that first buy round.
Yeah, really well done from G2. Getting some free upgrades as well, getting off the MP9s. Heavy God gets stuck in a little bit of a fight, but due to the early jump on the rotation, the read of what's to come, Hades is in a prime position to make sure 3D Max have no chances. Good winker, Hades.
Yeah, he's got a good wink on him. How's your wink, Jason?
Not great.
Feel like it'd be okay.
Not really good at all.
Gonna get some work on it. 3D Max, though. They have enough for upgraded pistols, but not a whole lot more than that. Peering over our little caster balcony at the moment, Jason, I can see Aurora and Heroic going tit for tat at the moment. That matchup has started. Feels like just a couple of minutes ago we were watching Heroic play. But they're ready for their second game of the day. Last chance to make it out of the groups. That is what G2 and 3D Max are currently fighting for. That last chance game in the group stages.
Playing late into the wee hours of the evening.
Yes. A little bit of util available. Mac going to be picking them up.
Nothing so far. Maka's going to line up the smoke wall a little bit delayed. Similar to last round where body's kind of the only one outside for the moment. Gravity's heading in that direction with the bomb as well. Hades' op is the defense in place. But about to have his vision taken away and obscured by smoke. So counter utility across the map for G2. Nade breaks the smoke open but sees nothing. Another one comes through, still sees nothing. It's not perfect. Hades gonna have to back away, and it'll be Malbs, I believe, who's gonna end up dropping down to cover the lower bomb site.
Further smokes coming in, creating an on-the-fly wall to get down to a secret. So charging down, accelerating now. 3D Max trying to get into the lower bomb site. Lucky attempting to cut off rotations, but they smoke him off. They're aware of that possibility, and Malbs is rotated down with a FAMAS. So 3 walk into him, Heavy God assists, and 3 kills in quick succession here for G2 to stop any chance of 3D Max getting onto the site for a plant.
Not a whole lot of utility, not great weaponry for 3D Max. That round was always going to be a little bit telegraphed. They try and just kind of explode into the lower bomb set as fast as possible once that second wall comes up, and still just not there whatsoever. 9-7. G2 have 4 in a row in this second half on the CT side. 3D Max's offense yet to produce anything for them. Another gun round at hand in round 17. Op for Maka. And AK-47s are really, we haven't seen a lot yet. It's still very early in this second half. They got time to dig into the playbook, but a lot of what we've seen is that kind of solo body play walking across the secret.
Malbs makes it to red. The AK about to make him dead, and here he goes. Malbs with a double, comes away. And he's still alive. He's still a threat. And out to the silo. He removes the health of Gravity. They walk right into him, and he was so close to picking up bodyy as well. But his essential trade coming in here for 3D Max. It's not enough to keep the numbers even, but it's within touching distance.
Yeah, I mean, Gravity's just at 11 HP is so tough. He just has to basically turn into like an information play. Just sit in a corner and lurk and watch the flank. Maybe gather some intel when someone tries to move. If Hades tries to change position, I don't know what the winning play is going to be from 3D Max. Lucky needs to create something, but Snacks rips his head off. And all of a sudden, if you're Gravity, your teammate's in vents, you've got 11 HP and you've got to try and reach him. There's still no information, though, that 3D Max has made it into the lower bomb site until the door opens and a smoke drops down. But G2 have plenty of time.
Another smoke going down. bodyy positions himself at the bottom of the ramp, and here come G2 congregating together. bodyy goes out. It's a quick kill, but a quicker trade. And now the low HP of Gravity in the 1v3. And as soon as he peeks on the side of that smoke, Heavy God is ready to put 1 bullet in him. G2 to double figures. Starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, the 2 engines of the team have turned on. They've showed up. Heavy God and Malbs in this second half have been playing excellent now to get this 3-round lead in place
and that's
for G2.
The biggest difference from their Dust 2 CT side, where I remember you highlighting the fact
those
that
2 specifically.
Those are the 2 bottom fragging players that did not show up, they did not deliver, and G2 require them if there is any defense to be had.
Yeah, the structure is set up to activate those guys to have the most important and impactful kills, and when they're not getting them, the other players can put up a bunch of frags, but not really set up to be in a position where those are the round-winning frags. 5 in a row now for G2.
Indeed. Hunter in the vent.
Oh, Hades wants to get aggressive. Lucky inside the smoke.
Gravity's gone. 2 players left here for G2.
This is so weird.
And this is weird indeed.
It's because 3dmax is trying to stall for Exercise, who's got this ramp avenue. He's working his way all the way around the map, all the way around the map, and they're basically saying he can provide the kill that maybe makes things sketchy. He does get it.
Yeah. And that's very committed in the hut with the orb.
Yeah, this has turned very weird. Oh,
but he could slip out. Unexpected. The AWP strikes, denies the plant, and Hades gets away with his life. Now Hunter freed up to come up the vent. He spotted the Heaven player. Couldn't get off the ladder in time, but Hades sees the drop. He knows the Exercise has gone down into the site. Hades trying to piece it together, figure out about the hut player as well. Timing. Oh, he nearly takes the shot, but he doesn't hit Mouse 1. And now Heavy got to drop inside of Mini as well. And 3dmax in a closely contested round find the pathway to victory.
What a G2 round to lose. What a G2 way to lose a round. That's about how it goes.
Was it 5v3 total?
5v3 at 10-7. Let's keep that in mind. We'll store it away, see if it comes back to haunt them. But that Exercise move, so much map available to him. And I mean, there's no reason you'd expect that if you're Malbs, but just the lack of caution on the rotation and then just the discombobulation when a couple kills out for 3dmax. Hades does his best. You think he saved the day when he stops the plant. Gonna be a tough one to get over if you're G2, and now you gotta stew in it because 3dmax has called a timeout. They're second. Coach has just been waiting for that moment, that inflection point, to get one win and call a timeout and get his boys to build on top of it. Money's an issue now for G2. There's a real chance down the stretch 3dmax can steal this away.
Maka going to be smoked away. He doesn't want that to stop him from getting a line of sight. He'll throw the grenade on it, but G2 stay disciplined. Oh, body. At least it's a leg shot.
But again, it's this kind of 4-1 idea. Get body over towards Secret, but now that he's been legged, he won't be motivated to be very aggressive and assist in the actual take of the lower bomb site. See, your ramp players have to be really solid if you're going to try and put the pieces together. Looks like a fake upper execute into a ramp hit, potentially, hoping you're going to get a pick with the op over in hut. Maybe just baiting out a little bit of counter utility. Hunter set up inside hut now. .42 seconds on the clock.
Oh, body comes back up. Bomb's going to be peeled away. 3dmax with 30 seconds left. Had the player advantage, but they drop into Snacks, who picks up 2. Body so low in HP from the start of the round, and Snacks will go and finish him off. Hades in tandem with a final shot, and G2 respond after the 3v5 round loss.
Oh, that pesky little vent player. Pesky little Snacks just chilling. They got the opening kill, and they feel like it's a perfect opportunity to drop into the vents, but Snacks has been chilling the whole time. 3 steps ahead of you. Man, that's a tough round for G2. They had no idea what was going on. There was utility being thrown in ramp room. There had already been an initial pump of utility at the upper bomb site. You know one had crossed the Secret earlier. That's a weird round to try and get a grip of. And thanks to Snacks, G2 win it. And 3dmax missed that opportunity to devastate and take away the economy. So it gets much, much harder now.
Blow for blow to kick off the round. Body and Mobs. .3dmax slow down with the player less, half the HP gone from gravity. And your best weapon arguably being a MAC-10.
They have the utility to do another pump if they want to pull out some counter util, but again, with this glimpse, it doesn't really matter because lobby's already being taken over. Lucky spots an elbow. Snacks not looking, goes down for free. Good find. Good find. Huge find. A huge team. Okay, this could turn.
Oh, this could absolutely turn. This could be another G2 round going against them. Molb's able to protect his teammate as the hunt keeps coming forward with the Tech 9. But down the vent they go. The Molotov goes in, and that stops the rotation from being quick, which isolates Heavy God. He'll still pick up a kill. Molb's will follow up and exercise into a 1v3. Smoke is up. Gives him some cover, and he will fall back to try and fight them in the vent. Solo now on 2. Exercise moves forward into the vent, doubled up outside the decon door. Oh, he catches Hunter. Can he find Moles as well? Can he bring him down and feasibly pull this off in a 1v3 clutch, exercising his right to deliver for his team? The defuse around the corner and denied!
Goddamn!
That is a god-tier clutch from Exercise, and might have just given him enough life to keep going here in Dallas.
Oh, that's huge, man. What a big win. G2 has let some rounds slip away. Down the stretch, they're having a really hard time closing this map. Brilliant from Exercise. Chasing down Hunter, being aware of the second player. Molbs gets baited into a shot with no health. He has no chance to recover, and precision on the final. 3D Max still in this in regulation. It's 9-11. And now G2's out of money. Now it gets problematic.
And 3D Max are fired up off the back of it, but it's still 2 for 2. G2 take the sting out of the attack, and we have a moment to breathe as Gravity walks right into Snacks' 5-7. And 3D Max, the momentum might cost them. They're so fired up from the clutch, they just went barreling into the A site, and they're losing members quite quickly. But they have a moment here to stabilize.
There's a player inside the site. Heavy God is just chilling this whole time. Nobody's turned the corner.
Eventually Exercise will, and Heavy God brings him down. And G2 ready to respond. The grenade just about misses out on taking Molbs down. And another clutch required from 3D Max, this time from Maka.
Okay, let's go, Maka. It's been a chaotic round. You got to settle yourself here. Hear the footsteps over in the vents. Now in decon.
They're running in towards him, and it's not going to be Maka magic. Taz relieved as G2 bounce back. Series point. And this game is absolute chaos.
This has gotten wild down the stretch. Taz, all you can really do is just be so happy your team handled that clutch, because the other one fell by the wayside, but this time, not gonna let it happen. And who else but Snacks? Brilliant first map for Snacks in this series. Had huge impact here on Nuke as well. This round is critical. Putting in a shift today. A 3-round lead for G2 and 3 chances to eliminate 3D Max from IEM Dallas. Not an easy decision to make what you want to call in this final round if you're 3D Max, this potentially final round. This has been a very rough T-side. You've only won 2 rounds. You don't have a lot to look at. One of those was a 1v3. It's not like you have a lot of success to build on. The 4-1 with bodyy getting secret hasn't been super successful. You haven't gotten a whole lot of production out of it. Ramp hasn't been easy to take for you. Even outside has been well defended. G2 showing aggression, showing passive plays. Molbs has been solid. 20 kills on Molbs, 19 on Heavy God. Round 22 begins. Look at the utility that 3D Max have to work with in this round that they must win. This will be a fast round.
Molbs coming back, Snacks to follow up. And 3D Max fall to just 3 players. Their chances in Dallas of survival dwindle as G2 will outlast. Lucky steps up to the squeaky door. The last steps for 3D Max. He's got a second kill in him, but still 3 more G2 players to pick up, and it just won't happen. G2 survive, they defeat 3D Max, they cast away the French, and they will move into the deciding game in the group for the last shot in the playoffs.
That'll be against Gamer Legion later on, but for now, G2 just gonna revel in the moment. That's a really hard-fought series, marked by underperformances, marked by great performances.